Hey guys, just want to say good morning, afternoon, or evening. Thank you to each and every one of you for joining the channel today. I appreciate each and every one of you being here. Been kind of down this week. Sickness going around in the household. Just has everybody kind of wore out. My wife's still dealing with it pretty bad. But I was feeling a little bit better today. Wanted to get out here, get some yard work done and things like that. And was going to try to work on some knives. And the one that I picked to work on today came out of that box that I got a week or so ago from Whatnot. And it's this Wards. It's a 3-blade. It's got a nice clip point, little pin style blade, and punch blade. These were made exclusively for the Montgomery Wards Department Stores. I think it's going to clean out real nice. It's got a nice celluloid handle on it, so we're going to sand that and polish it back out, see if we can get some of the life back into it. But that's what we're going to be working on in the video today, guys. I hope you all had an amazing, blessed 4th of July weekend. Hope everybody is doing well and hasn't had to deal with the sickness that's going around down here. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and hop into this video and go through the process of cleaning this knife up, getting it ready for sale or trade. So I hope y'all enjoy the video, and God bless. All right, guys, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start out using the Dremel with the little steel circle brush. This one's about wore out, but we'll see how well it works. Just kind of get off some of this build up on the tops of the blades. That way we can sand on them here in a little bit and don't have to take off too much, hopefully. We just want to get some of this stuff that's built up on the blade over the years. I always try to remember to hit the springs, try to stay away from that celluloid handle, especially with the wire brush. It can get a little bit too hot, can melt and damage the handle, and you don't want to really cause any damage to anything due to having to fix that in order to get it to a place where we could actually sell it or trade it. So that's just a little initial cleaning of the blade. I'm going to go ahead and do that to all 3 of them, and then we'll get into doing the hand sanding portion. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit. When I come back, we'll be ready to sand. All right, so we hit them all with the wire brush. You can see there's a little bit of patina left over still from the stuff that had been sitting on there for years. But this is where we're going to go ahead and we're going to start sanding by hand. And again, here I usually start at anywhere between 400 to 600 and make my way up. Usually try stopping at around 1,000. Don't want it to be too shiny, but I do want to get off a lot of that buildup. So this here, just going to start off with is 600. We'll probably have to do a little bit of work on that edge when we get done with the knife, just to clean up that edge a little bit. It's a little different than I'm used to. It's got this little divot in it. I've never really seen too many of the blades like that, and at first I thought it was a break, but it actually just looks like it was made that way. So if any of you guys know what that little divot in the blade was originally for, you know, comment down below. I'd love to know. So that's with the 400 or 600, I believe. Let's see, I'm looking for my 800 now. All right, so we're using 800 grit. And once I get done with the 800, I'll go ahead and fast forward on through the grit, so you don't have to watch me do the 400, 800, you know, all the way up to 1,000, which if I stop on 1,000, I've only got one more left of this, but I can go ahead and do the other blades for you guys. That way you don't have to sit through the whole process of each and every blade. But it's already bringing a lot of that shine back. There's a couple scars on there. I don't know what happened, what they hit with the knife, but I mean, it's got a couple little grooves in there. I think we're gonna be able to sand those out, but I don't know. Now we're going to use the 1,000. And once I get done sanding this blade with 1,000, I'll go ahead and do the other blades. And then that'll get us to where we can start working on the exterior handle, as well as the whale, getting everything cleaned up real good, and see how nice we can get this looking overall. It doesn't take a whole lot of time. You don't have to take off a whole lot of material when you're sanding. You know, I don't want to take off all the patina. I like to leave a little bit of it there. But again, I come back over the back springs using the 800 grit sandpaper, just to kind of get some of that buildup off and bring some life back into the springs, polish them up a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead, fast forward, go ahead and sand these other two blades. When I come back, we'll be ready to work on the handles as well as the whale. All right guys, so I got all the blades sanded. Got a lot of that build up off, nice and smooth again, other than, you know, the couple little grooves in here, which honestly I feel like it adds a little bit of character. And it's not always going to be perfect sometimes, guys. You know, sometimes, like they say, you just got to let an old knife be an old knife. But overall, I think the blade's cleaned up well. We'll probably end up doing a little bit of reshaping on this blade as well as this one once we're completely done cleaning it and everything, just to give them a more uniform look. But now we're going to start working on the exterior, get these handles sanded down, the bolster sanded out, and then last we'll work on the whale and getting everything cleaned off and oiled. So hang tight, I'll be back in just a couple minutes and we'll get started on the outside. All right, so we're going to go ahead and close the blades. I'm going to go ahead and start out with the 600 again on the outside. I'm not going to bear down on it, guys. I'm just going to kind of just run over it real quick, kind of break it up, get some of this old dinginess off of it. And we're gonna come back over it. And we'll probably work our way all the way up to about 3,000 grit or 5,000 on it to get a nice good polish on it. Bring out that that design in there, hopefully real well. Get out some of these older, deeper little scratches that are in the exterior of it. All right, now I'm going to fast forward, go ahead and work ahead a little bit. Go ahead and do a few of the grits, that way you don't have to sit here and watch the whole thing. All right, so I've been sanding now for about 15 minutes or so. Made our way up to the 2,000 grit. We're just going to continue the process, hitting the bolsters as well as that exterior on the celluloid. It's almost like a mother of pearl appearance. It doesn't have as much of the pink in it, but it still kind of looks like a mother of pearl. Again, I'll hit that back spring. And we'll move on up to the 3000 grit here. I'll probably do it to 5000. I'll have to cut me another piece. I'm not real sure where my 5000 grit piece went. It might have blown off my workstation here. But this might actually be good enough once I hit it with this, and then I'm going to put some of that mink oil on it. Going to give restore some of that moisture to it as far as the celluloid goes. I always like using the mink oil. I have some blade butter and things like that, blade wax here, but that's always been something I like to use. It's good for water repellency and things like that. But even just with a little bit of sanding, I mean, it's already starting to look a lot better, especially on those bolsters. So we'll go ahead. I'm going to put just a little bit of this on that celluloid. And I usually will put it on the spring too. I mean, it's not going to hurt to just help lubricate those springs. You know, and it's different strokes for different folks, guys. I mean, some people use other things. You're welcome to use other things. This is just what I like to use. This is what I'm comfortable with. I've used it for a couple years now, working on little knives that I've restored here and there. Never had any issues with it. But again, you know, if you don't feel comfortable using it, this is just like the Kiwi brand. It's conditioning oil. It's made for boots, you know, clothing, different things like that. I just like to use it whenever I'm doing the handles, whether it's the wood or celluloid. I like to let it sit on there for a few minutes and just kind of rejuvenate those handles a little bit. So I'm gonna let this sit for about 5 or 10 minutes, and then we'll come back, we'll wipe it off, and we'll start working on the well. All right, guys, it's been about, I don't know, between 5-10 minutes. So we're gonna go ahead, take my microfiber and just wipe it all down. It's already got a nice sheen to it. I think once we're completely done and spray it down and polish it, I think it's going to have a very nice look to it. It's already way better than what it was. But now we're just going to go ahead, open these blades back up. And as of right now, I haven't put any oil on this knife whatsoever. I haven't put any oil down in the well or anything like that. I'm just going to try to take my little screwdriver real fast, see if there's anything loose in here. Go ahead and just kind of break it up, get it loose. Yeah, so that was a pretty good bit of trash in there. I don't know if you guys can see all that dumped out right there, but it's just got a bunch of buildup in it, guys. I mean, it was probably somebody's user for a while and then sat in a drawer until it finally made its way to wherever the gentleman bought these from that I picked them up from in the auction. I mean, it's just all that dirt. So I'm sure it'll end up working a whole lot better once we're finished with it. And with this, I'm just going to take a piece of 240 grit and go over the inside of the well with it. Just get any of that old rust and build up off the springs on the inside. It'll allow that springs to function a lot better, getting all that corrosion and build up off of them. And it'll look a whole lot better on the inside. you can see, guys, that's already so much better. So I'm gonna go ahead and what I'm gonna do first is I got some of this WD-40. I usually don't use a lot of WD-40 on my knives. You never know how it might react to some of the handle materials, but I'm just going to use it to kind of spray out the well to get all that dust out. WD's pretty inexpensive, so sometimes I'll use it just to spray the well out to get any of that extra debris out before I do the actual oil on the gun, or on the knife, excuse me. But that's already way better. And so next, as you guys have seen before, I really like the break-free mil-spec CLP. It's got cleaning, lubing, and protecting qualities. So I'll spread that in there, see how it foams up. I'll just kind of work my blades back and forth a little bit, work them into those pivot points where the pins are. As you guys can hear, it's already got some decent snap. Just working it back and forth into those grooves. And again, I'll come in with my microfiber, clean up all the excess. And as of right now, that's where we're at. I'm gonna have to pause, and I'm gonna have to clean this edge up and this edge up off camera. I don't have anywhere to set up my camera yet. I'm currently working off of a bench grinder and having to do some stuff by hand with my Dremel. I broke my belt sander the other day, so I've got to get another one. So just bear with me. I'll be back in a few minutes, and see if I can get these tips or these edges a little bit more evened out. All right, guys, so I went ahead and straightened up those blades a little bit. Just got to put an edge on them now. This one had a weird belly in it, but I was able to get it pretty evened out, and then just kind of evened out this one. This one has a better tip on it now. The other one was kind of rounded off, and this one comes to more of a point now on that clip style blade. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and put an edge on them, and then we'll go ahead and oil it and polish it up and see what it looks like when we're done. All right, guys, the last thing I'm going to do as far as the exterior that goes is I'm going to use a little bit of this polish from Dremel. Every now and then I'll use it, and I use it with this little cone-shaped wool pad. I'm not going to stay in one place long. I'm not going to turn it up real high because I don't want to heat that celluloid up. I just want to spread this polish out over it, and you can do it over the handles, over the bolsters. Make sure that's spread real good. And I always try to turn it off when I'm applying it. You don't want it to just sling everywhere. And then same thing on the back side here. Put it on the bolsters. Move that out of the way, and then again just gonna come in and wipe it all off. And there you have it, guys. This is the Wards 3-blade. I guess you could consider it like a camper. It has the punch blade, clip blade, and the pin blade. I don't think it turned out too bad. Still has a little bit of patina on the blades, but overall I think it turned out pretty well. A lot of shine back in that handle. Just let me know what you think. I'll probably come back and hit the bolsters with that with my sunshine cloth. If you don't have one of those, guys, get one. These are amazing for polishing up any of the nickel or steel bolsters on any of your knives, even the blades. They're pretty inexpensive on Amazon, but I got a new edge on each of the blades. They're nice and sharp. So that's how it turned out, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Please comment down below anything you think you might have done different or how you feel the knife turned out. If anybody's interested in the knife, let me know. But if not, this one will go up online on eBay on my store in a couple days for sale. So again, guys, thank you for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and God bless.